love listening to him. I love it. I love it. But on the night, there's not going to be any talking. It's just going to be down to who wins, who punches the hardest, who's got something left. And I believe, Kel's got more in the tank and more left than Amir Khan. That's what this fight is down to. Who's got more in the tank? And it's down to me as a trainer, you know, to believe that Kel's got what he's got left. It doesn't matter to Bone Mike whether Khan wins or not, because he's still got Terence. He's still got that paycheck coming in every fight. Khan's just a bit of filling in time, that's all it is. He's a brave man taking on Amir Khan, that's all I'll say.
So Dom.
Yes, Amir.
I mean, we want to ask.
Yes, Amir. How are you? Good.
What did the sweat taste like?
You know what? Do you know what? It tasted fantastic.
Did it?
Conditioner.
And listen, I heard that tonight you're going to drink his piss.
What's
going on there, brother? Come on.
Amir, you know what?
Come on.
You know what?
As a boxer, I love it, man.
As a boxer. As a boxer. Listen, as a boxer.
That's dirty, though. Come on, you don't do that, man.
You've got to admire what
Yeah, but you don't drink someone's sweat.
I wouldn't.
I would never drink my own sweat.
Listen, there's lots of things we shouldn't do, as you know.
Yeah, but
right?
Still, come on, you don't do
I'm
that.
actually surprised that we haven't got a big thing on here. Sponsored by Kleenex. Do you understand? Do you know what I mean? I haven't got that. But you know, it's like anything else.
I got a question. I got a question.
Sometimes
I got a question.
we regret the things we do.
I got a question.
Don't we? Go on.
I got a question.
Go on, Brian.
You said.
Go for it, Brian.
You said. You said. You know, why I take the fight. It's all about the paycheck. Let me ask you a question. You know how much Kel got left in the tank, don't you? That's why you didn't come over and fight us in America, because you knew he wasn't gonna do anything in that fight.
Do you know what?
So let me say something to you.
Yeah?
There's the train of thought, the train of training, whatever the case got to be.
Sorry,
it ain't gonna
Sorry,
fucking change.
what?
It's not gonna change.
Sorry,
you know how much he got left in that tank, don't you?
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
exactly
it's for the paycheck for you.
Yeah. No,
you know it
listen,
is.
I've had plenty.
Because he has nothing. You know that.
I've had a lot.
No, Kel don't have nothing left in that tank.
You reckon?
You know that.
You know.
Y'all
that.
just going through the motions.
Yeah.
Y'all going through the motions.
You think?
He hasn't fought since Crawford.
Okay.
What is he doing now? What he been doing? Walking the streets and partying, being in the limelight and all that? He ain't gonna do shit. He ain't gonna do shit.
Who did Amir fight after?
Now you don't woke me up. You woke me up now because
now we come alive. Look, go on.
Press conference.
Come alive. Come on, Brian. Keep going.
Please.
Come on, keep going. But not too much.
He
Not
ain't
too
gonna
much.
do shit.
I want to see you getting in that ring on Saturday night. Not killing over, yeah?
Watch.
Keep shouting.
He ain't gonna do nothing.
Go on. You done?
He ain't gonna
Have
do
you done?
shit. Watch.
Have you done? Right. Okay, then. The reason I didn't train him for Crawford is it wasn't enough time to get him into.
Oh, now you want to explain? You should explain that shit when he went over there.
Keep shouting. Keep shouting. Is that it? You done? Yeah.
I'm done when I say I'm done.
Good. You
I'm
done?
done when I'm saying I'm done.
Have you finished? Can I talk now? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We both.
Now every time you talk, I don't want to hear that shit. Shut up.
Hey.
Shut up.
Wait.
Let me tell you something. This has been some bizarre build-up for this Amir Khan versus Kell Brook fight that's going to be taking place over in, is it the Manchester Arena over in the UK? It's going to be a pay-per-view over in the UK. What is it, about 35 quid, something like that, 29 bucks. Over here in the States, if you want to watch it, you can watch it on ESPN Plus. It says on ESPN Plus that the card is going to start at 1 p.m. Eastern. So I'm going to be here. We are going to be streaming during the co-main event and the main. If anyone wants to join us, I'll put that link up tomorrow. We will be here tomorrow morning in about a little less than 12 hours streaming the weigh-in. It's a catch weight of 149 pounds, no title on the line. And me personally, I'm looking at it like a career match. But I'm going to tell you right now, at the very beginning, the show is for mature audiences, okay? Because we're going to go a deep dive in the whole Amir Khan versus Kell Brook saga. And T Street is finally going to spill the beans about what he heard about what happened with Kell Brook down in Tenerife. Tenerife is supposed to be like the UK's Hawaii or some shit, you know, like tropical islands, you know? Party, yet family destination. So I got my show notes here. This has been really helping me, especially since I can get off track rambling and all that. Also, I'm so out the loop with boxing, I'm getting back into the flow of things. I'm back full time. Like full time. Also, I forgot that the Boxing Voice streams and does, after all these years they've been doing it, I forgot that they stream on Thursday night till like 7 p.m. So normally I don't like to stream when other boxing content creators that I actually view and respect are streaming. You see what I'm saying? Oh, I'm gonna spill my tea. So we're gonna be here for about the next 57 minutes or so. And yeah, we're gonna talk some boxing. So here's the show notes. Canelo Alvarez has two two-fight deals on the table. One from DAZN for Dmitry Bivol, May the 7th in the T-Mobile Arena. And then after, if Golovkin wins his fight against Ryota Murata, which is going to take place around April or May or so, then those winners are going to fight in September. The second one will be Jermall Charlo, likely also in the T-Mobile Arena, May the 7th, and David Benavidez, if David Benavidez beats David Lemieux, whenever that fight's going to happen. All right. Both deals are rumored, according to Dan Rayfield and Mike Coppinger. Both $100 million or so, give or take. Me personally, just get this all out there before we go into more detail. I am interested in Charlo Benavidez over a Bivol Golovkin. However, I do want... We'll talk about it later on. We're just going through the show notes. Jermell Charlo versus Castano 2 has been postponed. No date certain. Castano wants it in April, but date, venue may not be available. Castano is citing a bicep injury. Tszyu and his team, who are supposed to be on the undercard against Terrell Goucher, are lobbying like, nah, you know what? Fuck that. Yo, wasted my time. I want to fight Castano, now. I want my mandatory shot. Tszyu is the WBO mandatory. Oscar Valdez versus Shakur Stevenson. That is official for April the 30th in the MGM.
How dare you?
Oh, God. Alex G, thanks for the super chat. What has happened in Tenerife? We're going to talk about it. But listen. Let me get through the show notes first. Let you know exactly what we're talking about. And then we're going to start chopping through this thing. All right, what else? Errol Spence Jr. versus Yordenis Ugas is set for April the 16th in the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Undercard, not fully official yet, but Isak Cruz versus Yuriorkis Gamboa and Ratab Butayev versus Amantis Stanionis. We're going to talk about it. We're going to check in on the Jaime Munguia versus Demetrius Ballard press conference. They're fighting on Saturday night. William Cepeda, who I'm interested in, is taking on Luis Vedas on the undercard. What's next for Jaime Munguia? ESPN Plus, 9:30 a.m. Eastern this Saturday morning from Russia. You're going to have Jorge Linares versus Zaire Abdulayev. Both of them have fought Devin Haney at 135 pounds. And what else? Basic other news. Julio Cesar Martinez moving up to 115 to take on Chocolatito Tito. Oh, some crazy shit. Some real fucked up news is coming out that 118-pound champion, WBO, John Rio Casimiro, allegedly is on the run for some improper interactions with a minor over in the Philippines. Let's hope it's not true. So apparently he fled the Philippines and over here in the States. And he's just joined forces with Ugas Klimas, the manager of Lomachenko, Usyk, Sergey Kovalev. So, what else? Let's see what else is on this list here. We're still waiting to see what's going on with Tyson Fury versus Dylan White. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano, of course, is official. Demetrius Andrade is looking to take on Zach Parker to be the WBO mandatory at 168 pounds. Basically, he's chasing Canelo. And yeah, Danny Jacobs loses close fight to John Ryder. He needs to go after that rematch ASAP. So let's jump right into things. Let me pull up the article here. First, let's take a look at Canelo, for those who don't know. 57-1-2 with 39 KOs, the undisputed champion at 168 pounds, WBA, WBC, Ring Magazine, WBO, IBF. Currently, right now, he does not have any mandatories. We talked about it yesterday, but just to fill you in, David Benavidez and David Lemieux are going to be facing each other in May or so, April, May or so, to be the WBC mandatory, but that's not guaranteed. Why? Is because the WBC can just make Canelo the franchise champion. You have David Morrell and John Ryder, who are the two next in line to be the WBA mandatory for Canelo. Both of them think that they should be Canelo's mandatory, but in my personal opinion, John Ryder and David Morrell need to fight, and especially since the WBA is consolidating and getting rid of all those bullshit belts. Now, I would see Canelo fighting John Ryder in the future to be a UK fight, but we talked about that in detail yesterday, so we're not going to go too far down that path. IBF, no mandatory, and as we talked about, Zach Parker and Andrade are in negotiations to fight to be the WBO mandatory. So at 168 pounds, Canelo's free. Now, the rumors that are going around now from ESPN Mexico and ESPN here in the States is that the front runner for Canelo seems to be Dmitry Bivol, 175 pound, the only champion at 175 pounds for the WBA. I covered his last fight, been covering his fights for the last 3-4 years or so. Very good fighter to me. He doesn't seem to have that extra gear. As some fighters, as some boxing fans may say, the dog in him, the dog, the DAWG. 19-0 with 11 KOs, 31 years old. He was even at one point saying he would move down to 168 to fight Canelo. Umar Salamov, that's a fight I covered. Looked like, if he really wanted to, he could have stopped him. Craig Richards looked like he could have stopped him. Lennon Castillo. So he's going the distance with these dudes and dominating these guys. And, but, it's like, bro, like you trying to get the Canelo fight. Show us something. Now, the Joe Smith Jr. fight, Joe Smith hitting in about rounds 10 or 11, I forgot what round it was, that had him, these intrusive ads that had him really questioning, like his existence. Wins over Jean Pascal, Isaac Chilemba, Sullivan Barrera, Trent Broadhurst, Cedric Agnew. So he's got some nice solid wins there, but nothing like really break out, like performance. However, he is highly skilled. And if Canelo was to beat him, he would be getting the scalp of a in his prime boxing fighter. Like, not with the bullshit that a guy like Kovalev had when he was coming into the fight. He's not the weak link. Like, dude is pretty good. I would highly respect a win for Canelo over Dmitry Bivol. But if we're being honest, I would rather see, if it's going to be the first fight of one of these two deals. Now, let me backtrack again. The DAZN is offering a 2-fight deal for Canelo to take on Dmitry Bivol in May, and then in September or so, Golovkin. Showtime is offering Canelo to take on an Al Heyman PBC, Charlo, Jermall Charlo, WBC 160-pound champion, former Canelo mandatory until Canelo was made the franchise champion. Anyway, Jermall Charlo would have to move up to fight Canelo in May and then fight the winner of David Benavidez, David Lemieux, if they fight in May, in September. You see what I'm saying? Now, Canelo, I'm wondering to myself, with what's been going on with PBC and all of these pay-per-views, and now fighters coming out to pretty much saying that they get like their back-end money in payments. Is it different with Canelo? Like, does he get like his full guaranteed money, or does he have to wait for PBC to break him off? Like, it's like, all right, we're gonna give you this guaranteed 30 right here, but you're gonna make at least 40 million, but we got to give you the other 10 million later on. I've been hearing for a few years now, that's how PBC has been paying their fighters. It's like, they'll make this money on the back. And even with Floyd Mayweather doing an interview earlier this week or, last week, talking about like how Logan Paul ain't get his money because, he's got to wait for it. Adrian Broner going on the record multiple times. PBC owes me money. They making me wait for my shit. A fighter like Hugo Centeno going on the record saying, yeah, that's how they pay. You've been hearing for years, well, that back end money, them extra checks always coming. I'm wondering if Canelo is looking at the zone as like, yo, they're giving me just this straight check, just straight check. To where I don't know, I don't want to think too far down, but it is something to think about. Now, for the Golovkin fight, if that does happen, for one, Golovkin's got to beat Murata. And right now, Golovkin looking a little shaky to me. And I'm wondering, like, is Golovkin heart, like, really still in it like it used to be? You see what I'm saying? Because he been on some Hollywood shit the last few years, and he didn't look good against Derevyanchenko. Some can say that fight was a draw, and I believe I had it a draw. So him beating Murata, on paper, he should be able to beat him. But right now, I don't know. And if Canelo and Golovkin 3 would happen in September, Golovkin will be coming off of a tough fight with Murata and then have to move up to 168 because Canelo's not going to fight him at 60. And Canelo may make him even come up as far as the 175. If he beats Bivol and wins that WBA 175-pound title. So let's go back to the rankings and tell you, how that's going to go down. So Canelo next, you can say 5 to 6 fights may be already set up. Because let me just, hypothetically, right? Let's say if he does go to the zone route, boom. Fight, and this is if Canelo wins and keeps winning. Okay. He beats Bivol, wins that title. Has Golovkin comes up, closes that chapter, boom, Golovkin retires. Then he would have the option of still, going down to 168 to defend his titles against David Benavidez. If he beats David Lemieux and Charlo, boom, then he can go back up to 175 and fight the winner of Artur Beterbiev and Joe Smith, which is supposed to happen in May or June as well. And that would be, the winner of that is going to have 3 titles. So Canelo has a lot of options. And as far as Andrade is concerned, let's be honest. Zach Parker, Andrade, with the way things are set up and looking at the rankings, Andrade ain't going to be getting no shot against Canelo for at least maybe another 2-3 years, like with the way things are, because we just pretty much, you can see the path. It's all pretty much there. So let me run it down to you again. You don't have no mandatories currently right now at 168 pounds, so he can sit on these belts for a while. That's why he'll be able to fight Bivol, take that strap off of him if he wins, then have a free fight where it's no mandatory obligations, fight Golovkin just for the money, close that chapter. Then he'll have the option of a unification up here for another undisputed, and that will likely trump the mandatory David Lemieux, David Benavidez, winner of that. The John Ryder, David Morrell, if they fight, winner of that. And the Zach Parker, Andre. And then wherever Charlo fits in right there. And the fucked up part about it is, all these guys are going to be waiting around, too. Try to fight Canelo and not fight each other. But that's why Canelo's the man. So we're waiting for news to be announced on that. And what else is now on the docket? Oh, Amir Khan versus Kell Brook. Now, I thought about it, and I said, T Street, do you really want to show this clip? And this is for mature audiences. Like, listen, I'm about to show y'all some shit, right? But we wouldn't be living up to the name of T Street controversy, right? Controversy. And Fight View 360, meaning a 360 view around the whole boxing world and what's surrounding the fights. So I got some timestamps here from the Amir Khan versus Kell Brook press conference from today. Several years ago, Kell Brook was on vacation in Tenerife. Tenerife is a vacation spot, you know, that UK folks, the English folks go to, right? Kell Brook got stabbed. Now, this was around the time where I started like really getting into like boxing media and like having what people say are like sources and shit. So somebody from the UK who was in the mix that like was getting around to the gyms heard the same story that Amir Khan heard, and it got back to me. No bullshit. I'm not gonna do no swearing, but no bullshit. Well, I just swear right there, but you know, listen. I'm gonna play a clip for you. And for both, see, listen, I don't give a fuck, but I'm just saying for context. You see what I'm saying? Because people always say, like, what happened? Like, you know, what is Kell Brook talking about? I mean, what is Amir Khan talking about? So before we get into the press conference, let me play this clip for you first, so you can see like
he's gonna go on his
where we're going with this. All right, take your time out. By the way, like the video, subscribe, and T Street Controversy with 5U360. It really does help us out when you like the video, even though YouTube has taken away your power to see the dislikes, which I'm not a fan of. But yeah, if we can get, you know, like a nice amount of likes up here, that'd be great. Also, down below in the description box is the links to my social media. I have a link tree that houses my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, website, and links to the WBC channel powered by the Vive Network for Roku, Apple, and Android. So just take your time out, go down to the description box. Everything you need is there. So anyway, now listen to this. Remember this? This is for the hardcore boxing fans. Oh, wrong one. Hold on. There we go.
It's gonna go two ways. It's gonna go on his face or on his back.
And there's talks about him being gay. I mean, if you are a real man, come out and say, yeah, you know, I am gay and it is what it is. Come out and tell the truth. Speak out about it. Don't be afraid, because he's only just... I just don't get the guy. I think he's very confused, leaving his trainer, Dominic Ingle, and then coming back to him. I mean, I just don't know what's going on with him. He's all over the place at the moment. Does he really want to fight against me or not? I mean, let's hope he gets past this fight. Let's see where he is. But look, if he is a confident man, he needs to come out and tell the world who he really is, because people will know about him. People will know who is this Kell Brook, and come out and tell us what happened. What happened when you got stabbed that time? I mean, was it because you tried it on with some poor guy? You tried to get on with some poor guy? I mean, these are things that have been told from his own camp. You know, I mean, I wasn't there to see it, but I've been told, and it's just he's living a crazy life. So maybe that's why he's dying for this fight against me, because he knows that he needs that quick payday. Let's see.
Some pretty wild shit. Now that rumor has been going around for God knows how long. So this is what Amir Khan was talking about at the press conference earlier. I'm gonna let it play through. I was disturbed, man, when I heard the story.
Are you for this night on Saturday?
I'm very excited. You know, this is a massive fight for me. My 40th fight. Being as a professional boxer for a very, very long time, and has to be one of the biggest fights of my career. Winning world titles is one thing. Going to America was my dream to fight over there, and I did that. But this fight means a lot to me, my career, and that's one of the reasons I had to go back to a drawing board, change my whole training camp, and that's when I joined Team Bomac and Team Crawford. I went all the way to Omaha, Nebraska, and I just needed that motivation and that push. And I thought the only people who can do that for me is this team, and went back to the drawing board. And I think, you know, knowing that this is going to be one of the biggest fights in Britain gives you that extra push as well, that motivation. And being on Sky Sports, where everyone gets the opportunity to watch the fight, is going to be massive and amazing. I mean, you know, I'm just worried about few things. I'm worried about Kell's health after the beating I'm going to be giving him come this fight night. I mean, look,
Ooh.
I think the beating he's going to get is something that he's never had before, and all the talking he's been doing as well. You know, we are gonna definitely put him in his place, because it's been a very long time. I mean, like 10 years it's been going on for. So this is my time now to put him in his place. And, you know, one thing I want to say as well, another thing, I think Kel's always been very obsessed with my career. You know, he's been like a fanboy, which is the honest truth. And, you know, I've been living in his head for such a long time that I think it's going to come a stage where he's going to say, I mean, he needs to start paying me some rent. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but it's been like that. But, you know, we just...
How does Kel look, by the way, to you guys? I'm just going to stop right there because it's going to get even spicier. How does he look to you guys? You know, he doesn't look as ghoulish as he did. Well, when he did his interview after the Terrence Crawford weigh-in, he did look very ghastly. So right now, he still got some weight on him. The catch weight is 149 pounds. It's starting to look like, from what I researched, that in the contract that there's a rehydration clause, but yet he's not allowed to talk about it because he's been whinging and bitching about this weight like for about a good few weeks now, about that 149 pounds. Now, when I first heard it myself, I was like, yo, like, bro, he should not be anything below 150 pounds anymore. So it is a strategy. But let's listen to a little bit more of the press conference before I play this clip. And we're going to talk about the fight. So remember, if y'all ain't doing nothing on this Saturday, you know, I'm going to be here on Saturday for the co-main event and the main. I'm going to be covering the card. We're going to be here live, you know, real time. So, you know, getting back into the real swing of things, you know, and I feel really good to be back. So thank you guys for watching. Like, I'm feeling really, like, I'm pumped. My boxing blood is like pumping, you know? We're going to talk about the undercard, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know who them people are on the undercard, but I'm going to be here so happy to watch the card. Only person I know is Tasha Jonas. That's it. I don't know, you know, but we're going to talk about it. But yeah, but listen to this, though. Like, you know, I'm going to let a little bit more of this play, and then we're going to talk about the card, a little bit more about the rehydration clause. By the way, Kell Brook is going to be 36 years old at the end of this year. Like, these boxers, you know, our generation, like, you know, and I'm 38. Like, the guys that I first started covering about 10 years ago on YouTube, it's like, damn, these guys are getting up there. Like, you know, guys like Adrian Broner in his 30s now, guys we used to call, like, young and cocky. Now, these motherfuckers is grown-ass men. Is that true, Adam? Rehydration is really 163? Can you confirm that? But anyway, let me let this play through.
They need to go in there, like I said, put all the words to a side. I think we've done enough talking. I just can't wait to get in the ring and, you know, do a job on him now.
But Amir, what's fueled the fire personally
I think,
for you?
You know what? I think it's more jealousy than anything. I mean, look, I've been on my own, having my own career. I've been fighting. I've been traveling to America. My dream was always to, you know, win a world title and also then fight in the likes of MSG, Madison Square Garden, fight at the MGM Arena, fight in Vegas, have your face lit up on the Vegas Strip. Obviously, Kell was over here. That's the reason the fight didn't happen them days, because I was already campaigning in America. I think now, as it's got to this stage where we thought, you know what, it makes sense having it. A lot of people might be saying it's too late, but now I think it's been massive. I mean, the outcome of this has been huge. And, you know, I think it's going to be, I think it's the right time the fight's happening. You know.
What happens if you lose? Would you ever live with that?
I mean, look, both of us, I mean, we both, this is it's a big thing for us both. I mean, if either of us lose, it's going to be something we're not going to be living with. We can't live with for a very long time. I mean, it's going to haunt us for a very long time as well. So I think, look, I'm not going to put that in my mind. That's the reason I trained so hard. And I'm not left no stone unturned. I've done everything I've needed to because I know that, you know, I can't lose this fight.
Cal, let's bring you in.
So here's the schedule. I'm going to be covering both of these cards at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Because it's from Russia, you're going to have Veer Abduliev versus a Jorge Linares. That's at 9:30 Eastern. The Khan Brook weigh-in is going to be on ESPN Plus at 7:30 a.m. tomorrow, and on the Sky Sports Boxing YouTube page, and on the Top Rank YouTube page. And we're going to be streaming it tomorrow and doing commentary. So I'm going to actually be here in another 11 hours streaming the weigh-in. And then the main card, is going to be starting at 1 p.m. on ESPN Plus on Saturday. So once again, you know, if you don't got nothing to do, you want to come hang out, watch some brief legal highlights, you know, listen to commentary from me, you know, and my post-fight video, be involved in that. We're going to be streaming during the co-main and the main event of Khan versus Brook. Yes, I did watch the Gloves Are Off episode. We're about to watch a clip from that right now, but let's get through this right here. Now, this was like listen, now, whenever this fight was supposed to happen, the many times they talked about it, I was always wondering if Amir Khan was going to go nuclear on Kell Brook. And boy, like, he's been letting Kell Brook have it, like, during this promotion. You know, I got a lot of respect for Amir Khan with the promotion because me covering his fights through the years, I've never seen him like this. I don't know if it's because he's getting older now, or if it's just like, you know, he know, like, this is, you know, he's got to win this fight, and a win over Kell Brook and maybe even stopping him is going to really put him back in the mix in the 147-pounders, and let's face it, it will. But he been really, like, slicing and dicing, you know, hanging around Bud Crawford and Bomac, you know, but let's listen in. This was from earlier.
He said it's jealousy. He says, the fanboy, you've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this fight. There's an obsession. There's something in you that has got to get rid of Amir Khan, and it's been burning for so long, hasn't it?
Yeah, listen, you know, he's known, it goes back from the amateur days. You know, he boxed at 60 kilograms, I was 63.5. We used to win, he used to win championship at the weight below, I used to win at the one above. You know, then we went to England team. We shared, you know, the same room. You know, he knew exactly what word, you know. And then obviously, he did what he did in the Olympics, got a good sign-on fee, and we was with the same promoter, Frank Warren. We always got promised that we would fight down the line. But like he said, he said in many interviews, like, "Oh, he's Kell Brook." He said that he didn't even know who I was. You know, there's things like this, and you know, he's never given me that respect. You know, and he knows.
When you shared a room together.
We've shared a room together. You know, we've shared a room. We do an article in the boxing news when we're 18-year-old. You know, like obviously we were going to be built and.
That doesn't sound right.
Don't
laugh. Listen, I ain't sharing a room with you. Trust me, I ain't sharing no room with you. I ain't sharing a room with you. Don't be saying that. That doesn't sound right, Kel. Especially with the stuff I've heard.
What have you heard?
I'm not going to go into that. Listen, we'll be fighting on Saturday as well. Don't be saying...
Sweat.
You know what you should have said instead? You should have said, share a ring with him or something. But sharing the room with him,
you sure what's on gay sites wanking yourself off?
Oh, yeah, guys. Kel, come on.
Anyway,
go on.
Sorry.
So listen.
I was telling the whole story. Well, anyway, I was telling you how disgusted. Could you see the disgusted look on my face? I was telling the story. Maybe it's good that you don't hear it. It was good. That's how Jesus worked. It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. But anyway, let me. It wasn't meant for you to hear the story. Let me just show you, and we just gonna talk about it. Ew. Now let me tell you something. This street is all about law and order. But what this white man did right here, I want him jailed. Lock him up for this. Lock him up.
Good run that, mate. Shirt off. Let's see what's left. There's not much left here. Now what we're going to do is I want you to wring it out into this glass. This is the sweat, yeah? This is the sweat. Give it a good ring. Give it a good ring into the glass. Good, that's it, into the glass, right? I'm going to sell that on eBay
So that's the sweat. That's the sweat.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I have too much respect for my viewers. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. You know, Marquez drunk that piss. And he drunk it in like a rocks glass. Like, and he was like, bro, I was no more good. Listen, I tell you what, you know, I like Kell Brook. Not like that. I'm just, listen, no. So we're gonna move on to the next subject. We're gonna move on. All right, for journalistic purposes, you can watch it, but I'm going somewhere else.
That's the sweat. That's the sweat.
Show 'em that. That's concentrated.
Listen, on the 19th, we're going to get the blood and the tears, but that's going to be from Khan.
Yeah.
But this is just you're giving the sweat. He can give the blood and the tears, yeah?
That's right.
Okay.
Marquez drunk that
so
brown ass piss.
yeah?
Shit look like syrup.
Get that stuff here. In fact,
Down it, dog.
down it. You ready?
Oh, God. I want him to lose for that alone. I want him to lose for that alone. That's it. I'm finished with that. I'm finished with them. I'm finished with Kell Brook. I'm done. I'm done. I don't ever want to see Dominic Ingle. I'm done. Listen, I'm telling you right now, I'm about to go heel. I'm about to go listen. I'm done. I don't never want to see them ever again. Let's get to the face-off. I don't want to ever see them ever again. Like, no, it's just certain shit you don't do. Like, let's get off this topic. Let's go to the face-off. It's just certain shit you're not supposed to do. Like, bro. And no. Like, the UK already got a bad reputation for bad teeth and eating fucking peas on top of fucking potatoes. Don't get me started. I don't want to get canceled. I don't want to get canceled. T-Street mouth can get him in some trouble, man. I mean, you know, I'm not a bigot either. So don't try to come over here with that shit. I'm not no bigot. But like, yo, somebody, I want him in cuffs. Lock him up. Lock him up. And Kell Brook, I'm finished with you, buddy. And I've never been an Amir Khan fan. I've always talked shit about him getting knocked all over the place. But now I am Team Khan. I'm the Khan Army now. Khan Army, I'm on your side. Khan would have beat Mayweather if he ain't ducking. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. I don't want no more parts. Like, bro, that was some disgusting shit. I mean, Marquez did drink that brown ass, thick ass piss. Shit looked like, I used to work at a gas station and used to have to like change like the little box for the Coca-Cola, but it'd be syrup before the carbonated water hit it. It looked like that syrup shit. It was corn syrup. I never forgave Marquez for that. I still hold on to that to this day. Just like when Cotto on HBO 24/7, Mayweather Cotto episode 2, Cotto slept in the bed with that man and then they brushing their teeth together and he stuck. I never forgave him. Nope. Never forgave him. He's still on my shit list. By the way, that's Ben Shalom. I've done some work for him in the past. For those who don't remember like 4 years ago, we streamed like a one-night tournament for the boxer. You know, well, anyway, yeah. So he's the guy that is pretty much the promoter of Boxer. That's BOXXER, the Sky Sports shows. And the rumors allegedly are that he's funded by MTK. Daniel Cunningham, that guy. I always don't know how to pronounce his name, but you know that guy. So yeah, about that weight and rematch, about that weight clause. So the controversy, yeah, I still do lust for Miguel Cotto's wife. I'll do lust for his wife. But anyway, the controversy about tomorrow is, will Kell Brook make weight or will he, because Sky Sports Johnny Nelson was like, listen, Kell Brook, don't kill yourself making that 49 pounds. Just, miss the weight, pay the fine, and go into the fight as healthy as possible. Because the strategy for Amir Khan is, I'm the A side, he wants the fight, we're going to drain him out. So Kell Brook has been not taking too kindly to it. And listen, hold on, let me see, is it that you can do it that way? Yeah. So listen in, he really doesn't like that weight clause.
It's happening. I think I'm way above what he's got to offer. There's other bigger fights out there for me.
So how come that we come down to like these? If you're levels above and you want to challenge yourself, then because I'm that rubbish, I'm that levels below you.
I'm still taking the fight.
Yeah. Why do I have to? Why was it being a big thing in this contract to come down to these weights? So why don't we just?
I'm a 147 fighter, bro.
You're not 147 fighter.
I am 147
Get some
fighter.
skills out now. You're not 147 fighter.
I'm at 150 something. Obviously, I'm not going to be the same weight.
So why don't we come in at a more healthier weight? Why do we have to drag yourself down?
But the fight's at 149. That's more than healthy.
You know what? I was kind of sad because, poor Kell Brook, he seems like, look how he leaned in. He seems like he's genuinely sad and upset. He's like, why you do this to me, man? Like, we're supposed to be brothers. Like that type shit. We slept in the same room together.
So why? I know, but I can't really get into the contract wise. But you know what's been happening behind the scenes with this. And if I'm that level below, why don't you have that confidence?
In previous interviews, I will fight Amir at whatever weight 147 is. I'll come down to 147. You said it. I posted it.
No, this was time ago. This were a while ago.
But no. You said it.
Do you think it'd make a difference?
It will make a difference because he'll still get knocked out. That's the thing. Honestly speaking.
Why don't we do it now then? Like, why don't we just? Why does it have to be them weights then? If I'm levels below, why?
Because
there's no title on the line. There's no title. The weight's the weight. You're getting knocked out. You are gonna get knocked out.
I can see right through your eyes.
Do I look then?
You've lost the fight already.
Are you sure?
Honestly, you.
Or do you think that I'm driven and I'm wanting to take your chin off?
No, not at all.
Are you sure?
Not at all, mate. I can see right through you, mate.
Okay.
You are empty inside. You're scared.
Right. I'm scared.
Honestly, you are. Deep down, that's why you're talking so much.
No, I'm not.
The way you're talking and going on about it.
I want you to know. Yeah, I want you to know. I want you to look at me and understand that I'm going to be over with you when you're out cold. You.
Okay.
You're getting knocked out. You know what it's like to be knocked spark out, don't you?
This fight is going to be hilarious, bro. It's a career match. Basically, whoever loses, like, what can you really do with the loser? Like, for real. The loser's going to go on to, you could still, like, sell Amir Khan, and get them fights with Conor Ben and shit like that. But at the end of the day, this is like a career match for both, especially trying to get, to any rankings. But it is concerning how concerned Kell Brook is about that weight. And it's not a good look. Like, he really looking like, yo, like, listen to me. Like, he pleading with him, Like, he pleading with him like, yo, like, this weight is fucked up. Why did you do this to me? These fucking boxers are hilarious, Well, anyway, we're going to be here. Streaming during the fight. Not streaming the fight, you degenerates. We're not going to be showing you the fight for free, right? It's going to be on ESPN Plus at 1 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. February, what date is that? The 19th. How about that? So, other news. Spence versus Ugas undercard. That fight is supposed to be, supposed to be taking place April the 16th in the AT&T Stadium down in Texas. Undercard is shaping up to be Radzav Butayev versus Eimantas Stanionis of Lithuania. I like that guy. The winner of that is going to be the WBA mandatory for Spence Ugas winner. Another fight's been added to the card, and obviously not fully official yet, is Isaac Cruz versus Yuriorkis Gamboa. 40-year-old, 1 foot, 1 shoe Gamboa. Now, for Isaac Cruz to be coming off of headlining a pay-per-view against the hottest sensation in boxing, Gervonta Tank Davis, to be fighting 40-year-old Gamboa, and there was a deal supposedly offered for him to fight Ryan Garcia. But Gamboa, are we supposed to be thrilled or entertained by that? I'm supposed to look like, oh shit, it's gonna be a motherfucking war. Nah, I ain't trying to hear it. 30-4 with 18 KOs. Seemed like he'd been beat up much more than that. Lost to Devin Haney. And to be honest, I think that Devin Haney fight is Devin Haney not stopping Gamboa and not stopping Linares is getting his bell rung by him is why he's exactly where he's at. But me and Big J gonna talk about that later. Gamboa though? Like, I mean, really, like, what's the buzz behind that? And you know what it is to me? You know what it is to me? It's the formula. It's the formula. You gotta have a Mexican fighter on the undercard. You got Spence Ugas headlining. You gotta pull a Mexican fighter out your ass to sell those tickets down in Texas. And then you got the Spanish-speaking Cuban Ugas and Gamboa, and then boom, that's a marketing thing right there. That's a bullshit fight. That's a bullshit fight to me. I don't like that fight. And looking at the card, it's like, okay, Spence Ugas, Butayev, Stanionis is for the boxing purists and the hardcores. I love that fight. Isaac Cruz versus Gamboa, nah. We got one more fight. Let's see what that other fight is that they're going to try to add. Normally, the pay-per-views are going to be 4 fight cards. Pay-per-view portion. Let's see what they do with that. Let's see what else. We got to go check in on the Jaime Munguia versus Dmitry Ballard. That press conference was earlier today. And I watched this in the bed while I was trying to take my nap, listening to my Rosetta Stone. And I was wondering, like, why the fuck is there so many people on the stage? Anyway, let's listen to Dmitry Ballard. This fight is taking place on the DAZN on Saturday. I don't know what time it starts. Forgive me. Let's go listen to Munguia. Dmitry Ballard. Here's, I'm pretty sure I've seen this guy fight before. We did get a chance to look at a little bit of tape yesterday, but probably sometime tonight or tomorrow, I got to watch some footage. But he's undefeated. Here, let me pull up his resume. But from what I've seen from him, the little bit of tape, it's like, I don't know about this guy. Anybody vouching for this cat? Anybody like from wherever he's from? We always got one of them people in the chat. There's nothing wrong with it. Where they come and you like, yo, he's going to prove to you on Saturday night, who he really is. All that. Anybody in the chat? Let me see. Where's he from? Temple Hills, Maryland? Anybody from Temple Hills, Maryland? Telling me he's going to beat Munguia? I'm going to listen to you. But yeah, bro, I don't know, like any of these people. And I watch a lot of boxing. But, anybody vouching for him? Anybody? No? All right.
For letting me be a part of this great card. I want to say thank you to Tijuana for being such a gracious host for me and my team. I'm really looking forward for the opportunity. I love to compete. Just really looking forward to February 19th where I can show the world my skills and what I can do. I thank you to Team Munguia for allowing me to step on the stage with him. He's been a great fighter thus far. Looking forward for the challenge. Thank everybody for coming. February 19th, it's going to be fireworks.
Muchísimas gracias a la oportunidad que me dan el equipo de Munguia, antes que nada, por disputar este campeonato.
And yeah, that's what he had to say. So let's go see what Jaime has to say. Let's see. Boom, the 30-minute mark. There we go. I got these timestamps for you.
Con el esfuerzo, gracias al esfuerzo que ha hecho, yo creo que ustedes lo valoren y esperemos que nos acompañen el sábado porque va a ser una muy bonita noche. Gracias.
I feel honored. I feel proud of my team. I expect to have a great fight. I would like to thank also my team, Fernando, Tony, Noe, and all of them. I think that Jaime, he's going to represent our city at the highest level, and we're really excited to put out a great show this Saturday night.
Gracias, gracias, gran campeón. Pues ahora les quiero presentar a su campeón, invicto, campeón mundial, Jaime Munguía de Tijuana.
I would like to introduce your champion. He's 38 victories, no defeats, 30 knockouts. From Tijuana, Baja California, the WBO Intercontinental Middleweight Champion, Jaime Munguía.
Bueno, primero que nada, pues darle las gracias a toda la gente que está presente, todos los que vinieron a apoyarme, todos los que nos están viendo. La verdad me siento muy contento de estar pues regresando a mi casa, Tijuana, no solo mi casa, la ciudad que me vio crecer, donde está toda mi gente, toda mi familia, toda la gente que directa o indirectamente me ayudó a crecer como deportista, como atleta, como persona. Está aquí, el verla, la verdad que me recuerda muchas cosas y me motiva a seguir trabajando, a seguir adelante. Quiero igualmente agradecer a todos los medios que siempre están al pendiente de mí, que siempre están pues cuidándome, ¿no? Agradecer a Oscar, muchísimas gracias por el apoyo, al señor Fernando Beltrán, a toda la gente de Sanfer, mi amigo Edgar Acevedo.
He's giving a presidential address. Like, bro, wrap it up.
Tony Fernández, me siento.
First of all, I would like to thank all the people supporting me. I'm very happy to coming back to my hometown. All of those people that helped me grow, I'm motivated to keep on working. Special thanks to the media who are also taking care of my statements and everything, like the coverage. Special thanks also to Oscar, Fernando, Zamfer, Edgar. I feel well prepared. I never stopped training ever since. To all my team supporting, to my dad, always there. They're always there, and it's great to have them, as well as my family. This is a dream come true, being here in my hometown, and I'll promise you'll have a great fight this Saturday night. Thank you.
So I'm going to be... I didn't understand. Your business phone. I'm going to be here covering this fight. Let's see. Let's go to the face-offs. See what's going on. I'm going to be here covering the card. I'm really interested in William Zabata. I don't know who it was, his last fight, that was on my ass about covering him. Like, you'll make sure you cover William Zabata. Well, anyway, I'm interested in his fight. We're going to show you the card here in a minute after the fighters face off. Once again, final call for any Dmitry Ballard supporters, any hardcores. It's good to see ring girls back. You know, not in like an erotic way, but just like, you know, like a part of the event. I miss ring girls. Where's Gennady? Where's she been at? Here is the card. A lot of motherfuckers on this joint. Munguia Ballard, William Zabata versus, a change of opponent, Errol Ceslar, and anybody else I should be looking out for. You got two undefeated young fighters. But the question I have now is, okay, where does Munguia go now? I'm guessing he's going to go after the WBO rights since Andrade is vacated. He's going to fight Alam Kanuli, Zanzibar, ZA. Them two are going to fight for the WBO, I'm guessing. And then Munguia is going to go on to, you know, bash up a whole bunch of nobodies at 160. I don't want to be too harsh, but hey, listen, I did not like his run at 100, the closing of his run at 154 pounds. Or if Charlo moves up to fight Canelo, but I don't really think that's going to happen. He's going to fight what? Munguia is going to fight Carlos Adames. Which way is he going to go? He's going to go to WBO to WBC. I'm thinking it's going to be the WBO. That's what I think. I think that's the route they're going to go. But they probably want to go the WBC if it wasn't politics involved, and then they can get the Mexican, backing and get some belts made for them. We already talked about Goucher versus Tszyu. And also, Stella, you got to learn how to spell Tszyu's name. Get it together. So, but yeah, we're going to be here. By the way, what happened to Oscar De La Hoya's fight? I really wanted to see him versus Vitor Belfort. I was upset that that fight got postponed. But word on the curb is the tickets was not moving well for that. But yeah, I want to see Oscar fight. And if he's going to fight, he might as well fight on one of his own cards. I didn't understand why he was fighting on Triller. I guess he wanted to make some money on the side, but I wanted to see that. So we're going to be here in the morning for the Amir Khan versus Kell Brook weigh-in. I'm interested to see if Kell Brook's going to, make the 149, or if he's going to intentionally miss the weight. So he won't be so drained when he get in there. Let's see. Other news that's been announced so far. We pretty much went over everything. We talked about the Canelo 2-fight deal that he's leaning towards. Reports are that he's leaning towards facing Dmitry Bivol in May the 7th in the T-Mobile Arena. Jermell Charlo versus Castano 2 has been postponed. Castano wants it in April, but no date is certain. Oscar Valdez versus Shakur Stevenson, April the 30th, is fully official for regular ESPN on April the 30th. Yordenis Ugas and Errol Spence are facing April the 16th in the AT&T Stadium in Texas, with Razhan Butiev and versus Amantas Stanionis to be the mandatory for Spence Ugas. And Isaac Cruz versus Yuriorkis Gamboa being rumored for the card. ESPN Plus has picked up Jorge Linares versus Zaire Abdulayev 9:30 in the morning this Saturday from Russia. I don't know if that's some type of WBC eliminator at 135. And then, of course, ESPN Plus is also hosting here in the States and broadcasting Amir Khan versus Kell Brook, which is going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. We're still waiting on news from what's going to happen with Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte, if Dillian Whyte is signed the contract or not. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano was also set for April the 30th, with Jesse Vargas and Liam Smith on the undercard, along with France Sean Cruz DAZN versus Aline Selderus for Undisputed at 168. That card will not interfere with Valdez versus Stevenson, according to Twilight, Joe Markowski from The Zone. Dimitri's Andrade is trying to fight Zach Parker for the WBO mandatory spot to get Canelo, but we talked about it earlier in the video with the way things are working out. Andrade may not get Canelo, even if he does move to 168, even if he does move to 175, he may not get Canelo for about another 2.5 years, and that's just the way the politics are looking. And yeah, that's it. Tank Davis versus Rolly Romero. I'm guessing that that's going to be the June pay-per-view, because in April, it's Spence versus Ugas. Canelo's in May, and PBC is not going to dare schedule something around Canelo. So it's safe to say that, Tank's pay-per-view against Rolly is going to be in June or July. And then Andy Ruiz has to return in June and July, and it's likely going to be pay-per-view, maybe against Luis Ortiz. And yeah, PBC's in a tough spot. A lot of dates, man. And if you notice, where is the free TV PBC dates? Where are they at? But in some other news outside of boxing, Showtime and Paramount Plus are integrating. So I wonder if we'll be able to see boxing events on Paramount Plus. And I have Paramount Plus, and I'm kind of digging it, especially for my daughter. We watch like the old Rugrats and Doug and Rocko's Modern Life and all that type shit from my childhood. But anyway, let me get up out of here. And they got Beavis and Butthead too, so that's what's up. Let me get up out of here. I will see you guys in the morning. For those who are going to be up, want to watch the Amir Khan versus Kell Brook weigh-in. Thanks for watching. Take your time out. Like the video, subscribe. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at T Street Controversy. The links to my social media are right down below in the description box. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.